This video will go over the default room settings for visual impression as it relates to room architecture. We're starting here inside of Worksheet. This worksheet has 3 different scenes, scenes 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to visualize scene 1. As the scene opens, you'll see that the walls, floor, and ceiling are not visible. They are not visible due to the room default setting. The new section called Room Architecture and Camera has a checkbox for Show Room Architecture. This box is unchecked, so when a scene is opened, the default room settings are applied to the scene and none of the room architecture appears. I can select things even if they're not visible. So I'll select the floor and make it visible here. The visibility of the floor is now set within the scene. This is a scene setting. Scene settings will override the default settings for the application. So even though visual impressions settings are to hide everything, the floor is now always going to be visible whenever I show this scene. I'm going to go over to scene 2. Scene 2 shows that all of the room architecture is not visible. If I go back to scene 1, you'll see that the floor is visible. This is because of the scene setting. I can make different changes to room architecture. If I set the floor to be visible by default, the checkbox for Show Room Architecture shows a mixed state, which is this black box within the checkbox. I'm going to click Save. That is now the default room setting. If I visualize scene 2 again, we'll see that its floor is now turned on and visible as the default setting. I'm going to make one of the walls visible. This is a scene setting, and we'll go back to scene 1. Here we are back in scene 1. The floor is visible as a scene setting. Everything else is hidden as the default room setting. It's very easy to make everything visible again, all in one time. Click on the visibility button here on the dashboard within Visual Impression and click on Show All, and everything is made visible. Since I just turned all of these on within the scene, this is now the scene setting for all of these items. Going back to scene 2, we'll see that the default room settings persisted for this scene. If we change the default room settings to Show Room Architecture and save it, when we go to scene 3, everything is visible by default. So I hope this video explained how the default room settings and how scene settings interact with one another and how easy it is to turn things on and off within Visual Impression. I hope you found value in this feature. Have a good day.